All the hustleholics in the building. We have so much to talk about on this Friday night Hustleholics Hangout. Apple juice in hand. You already know the deal. We're going to give it like, I don't know. What should we give it? Like 2 minutes? Let everybody file in. We have a lot to talk about tonight. We're talking like Walmart clearance. We're talking about like, holy crap, you guys are simply the best. In just a week's time, we've achieved so much on this channel, and I can't wait to talk about it and share it with you. And this is also a place where you can ask your questions in the chat. So we'll give it about a minute or two. What I'd like to do is talk a little bit about what I've been finding. Walmart clearance has been pretty good, and Walmart hidden clearance has been even better. We've been finding a ton of hidden clearance, aka lazy Walmart associates can't mark it down quick enough that we can pick it up. You know what I mean? So part of that is, Walmart is this huge corporation, right? And we say hidden clearance, but it's really not hidden clearance. I guess it is hidden clearance. We like to call it hidden clearance, but it's really clearance that they just haven't got around to marking down yet. So I guess technically it could be hidden clearance, but it's been pretty good lately. I've had some positive comments down on some of the videos saying that they're finding a ton of stuff. They're finding the information that I'm providing valuable. I've had other people say their Walmarts aren't so abundant as other Walmarts. And it's definitely something that you have to go to a bunch of Walmarts. I drive sometimes an hour and a half away from where I live just to go to Walmart. And, sometimes it's for BQOOL deals. Sometimes it's not for BQOOL deals. But sometimes I travel 6, 7, I don't come home till 9 at night sometimes. It's just part of the deal. It's part of the hustle, Team Hustleholics in the building. All right. Let's start up a little bit. So we got 30 people in the live. What's up, everybody? Welcome to this live session. This is what we do every Friday night. There have been a ton of new subscribers lately. Thank you all to everybody that's new to this channel. I appreciate you joining and checking out the videos. And maybe this is your first time here on a Friday night. But every Friday night at 6 p.m., we go live and we try to answer everybody's questions, whether it's about Amazon FBA, whether it's about selling secondhand, whether it's about selling locally. If you have questions about anything, if you want to ask what's the color on my wall, I might have to refer you to my wife for that one. But it's a place where you can ask anything you want, anything goes. The community, the Hustleholic community is amazing. I appreciate each and every one of you. Feel free. Shout out to RG Slot Wins in the building, the moderator of this live session. Much in every session. So shout out to RG in the building. So what I like to do is I like to tell everybody to ask your questions in the chat. It's either below here, it's over there, or it's over there, wherever the heck it is. Ask your questions. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you give it a like if you find it valuable. If I answer a question that you had on your mind, definitely let me know. This is a great community. We keep it all positive here. And to everybody that's new, welcome. Don't be shy. Introduce yourself. Let me know where you're from in the chat and ask your questions. You know what I mean? That's how we do it on Friday nights. Usually spend about an hour and a half. Let's see who we got in the building. So I do have my computer over here. Let's see what's up. We got Sabas Garcia. Hello. What is up? RG Slot Wins. There's never enough shout outs to give this guy. He's an amazing guy. Dead Channel, what's going on, buddy? Logan in the building. Logan, another one that's been there from day one. Much appreciated. I see the 3-cent items on BQOOL in every Walmart I go to, but can't find any of them. Super Unsexy said to look under the shelves, and I'm going to try that. So I've noticed that these 3-cent items in Xbox and PlayStation, there's a couple, I think it's Titanfall 2 or whatever it is. And these 3-cent items are pretty hard to find. I found one, which I uploaded on my IG. If you're not following me on Instagram, it's @Richie Hustles. You can do that after, whatever you want to do. It's pretty difficult to find, and I wouldn't blame, Unsexy's in all these Walmarts all the time. If he says to try to look under the shelves, look under the shelves. You know what I mean? So shout out to Super Unsexy, and definitely shout out to Logan in the building every live. We got Stu Shoes. Stu, what's up? We got Sabas in the building. We already said hi. Anthony Vieira, what's going on? We got Brian D'Souza in the building. He's a local hustler around the area of mine. Hey, Richie, how often do you send shipments in for FBA? You want to know the truth? Lately, for like 2 weeks, I think I've missed 2 days. It's been every single day. Right hand to God, my wife can attest to it. I go out, I bang out these stores, and at night, I'm packing shipping. I get my truck loaded up. 8 a.m., out the door, UPS store. That's literally how it's been for 2 weeks. About every other day. We'll keep it fair. Every other day. Sometimes it's 3 days back to back to back, right? But if I showed you my kitchen floor right now, because it's brick outside, it's ice cold, and I don't want to freeze my butt off in the garage where I usually work. But I could show you my kitchen right now, and it's got Walmart bags, everywhere, stuff that I have to prep. You know what I mean? I'm driving my wife crazy. And these are items that I'm prepping and will be packed tonight, loaded in the truck. We'll have a clean kitchen again. And then those items will be shipped FBA, another FBA out the door. That's how we have to, that's what I'm doing. There might have been a second part of Brian's question here. And shout out to Brian, who's always on the live. I appreciate you being here too. Do you wait to accumulate a ton of inventory? Yes. So I at least, minimum 100 items, at least minimum. And honestly, sometimes 100 items might not even seem that much, depending on if they're small, lightweight, or whatnot. So I might even wait for 200 items. It just depends on what I'm getting. But you definitely want to wait for bigger shipments that when you're weighing them, you get the full value of the Amazon. Or else, if you're not filling up your boxes enough, or if you're not sending enough, you're going to spend more in shipping. I know it sounds weird, but you definitely want to send, like I know Walmart. I'll use Walmart as an example. Walmart small boxes, you want to fill up to at least 30 pounds. Now, if you send 1 or 2 items that are big items, they're not going to fill up. Maybe they're only 11 pounds. You're going to pay a little bit more for shipping. You know what I mean? I know the medium-sized boxes are generally 40 to 50 pounds you want to send. And then, honestly, the large boxes, don't go over 50 pounds because Amazon will ding you with an overweight item fee. I got hit $25 per box for like 6 or 7 boxes. Another question real quick, just to piggyback off that. Shout out to RG joining up and the members. I appreciate that. Thank you, RG. Another thing you got to remember, too, is I've noticed that if you go over the length of a box, 24 inches in length, I tried using a large Home Depot box. I think it was measuring 24 by 18 by 17 or something like that. And I got dinged with a $25 over box charge. And we got my little girls in the room next to me here. So don't mind if you hear my little 1-year-old barking over there. She's eating, having a good thing. You know how kids are. Or do you get a big haul and ship it next day? Yeah, I mean, I wait for, lately these hauls have all been pretty massive. So I've been fortunate to send about 150 to 250 items each haul every day or every 2 days, like I said. I mean, out of 14 days, I probably shipped around 9 or 10 days. It's that hustle. And guys, real quick, we're on my Hustleholics in the building. If you did join the Hustleholics team, I do have a members only on this YouTube channel. Just telling you because what I've been doing is every item or just about every item that I'm purchasing, I'm actually posting the item, the UPC, what it's going for on Amazon the day I purchase these items. So that's part of the benefits of joining the Hustleholics team. You can also sign up just to be a part of the Hustleholics club membership. You get these dinner emojis. We got I see all these people in the building. They got the Richie Hustle emojis. We got chicken dinner emojis. Like, I need to show you guys in the chat real quick, just because I love them. I love these custom emojis. Ready? This is gonna be my favorite one. Ready? I love this one. That's that winner chicken dinner. How many times I say trash, right? That's the trash one. And then double card gang. Definitely my favorite. I mean, those are just some of my favorite emojis. So, there are some perks. You join up, become a Hustleaholic. I appreciate each and every one of you. No obligation. You don't have to. I appreciate you just being here with me tonight. Let's keep it moving. So we have, so Brian, I hope I answered your question or questions about the shipments. What up, Stu Manchu in the building. Dead Channel says, just got done at Walmart and picked up some Pokemon gems. Yo, I don't even want to tell, like, all right, I'm going to show you this real quick. Speaking of Pokemon, these, you guys have heard of Unified Minds, right? It's the one with Mewtwo on. Check this out, ready? Look at this. This is what I found in Walmart today. 2? I didn't find 2. We took the whole display. They never have Unified Minds at Walmart. So I grabbed every single one of them. We're gonna do an unboxing video on one of the Pokemon lives. There's 3 booster boxes per booster boxes. 3 booster packs per box. I think there's something like 50 something packs that we're gonna be opening up. Unified Minds. We take the whole display. I don't leave nothing. That's not even all that I got. Like I'm looking at, there was some GX tag team tins that I got for $12. I got 2 trainer toolkits. I have they have the Inteleon. So part of my members only, I shared some of the boxes are $5 right now. The regular retail is $20. And I shared that on my members only on the community tab. So all my Hustleholic members, you guys got that deal. That was a pretty good deal. I grabbed 4, 8, 12 boxes for $5 a piece. 2 of those boxes are selling on Amazon for $45, $46 a piece. That's profit, right? Those are dinners. Let's get some dinners in the chat. I love the emojis. I'm sorry. I need to do my dinner thing. I love that. It's my favorite one. We just like to have fun here on Friday night. You know what I mean? We ask some questions. I get a little loud. It is what it is. Let's keep it going. Where was I? I get really backed up on the chat, so I apologize, guys. Let's see. RG says apple juice. You already know. Apple juice on ice. That's going to be emoji, too. I'm going to put an apple juice emoji. That's a good one, too. Let's see. Robin L says, hey, New York in the building. What's up, Robin? Thank you for being here, being a part of this Friday Night Live. I appreciate you joining the live. J-Wack in the building as always. J-Wack, how you doing, brother? How's everything? We got Henry Tejada always on deck in the live. What's up, brother? What's up, Henry? How are you? Schenectady, New York in the chat. Okay, we got some NY heads in the building. Okay. New York. We got Dead Channel from Iowa. Dead Channel, you might be the only one I know from Iowa. I've never met anybody from Iowa, so welcome. How are you? For those of you that don't know, I'm in Massachusetts, a.k.a. Beantown, a.k.a. City of Champions. 6 rings on the Patriots. You already know. I don't want to talk about this year, so don't bother. We end our talk at the end of Brady's career here at New England, okay? Onyx says, hello, new to your channel, and I love what you do. I am learning so much from you. Thanks for sharing. Onyx Lestrange, listen, I appreciate you being here so much. Thank you for taking the time to watch videos and actually get out there, take action, learn what you can, and then get out there. And one of the most important things is to take action. So make sure you're out there scanning, getting those profits, getting those dinners, and then making that money, right? That's what it's all about. That's business. That's what we're here to do. Let's see. Sam Molly says, evening. Good evening. Logan, do you think your YouTube growth is related to pushing your memberships? You know, I don't know. I don't know because I really haven't been pushing the memberships hard. I put a post on IG. You know, it's an option for people, right? But I think the memberships definitely help. But I think what's really helped as YouTube grow is a lot of people like Walmart. Walmart is a chain that's accessible across the country, and there are a ton of Walmarts, which means if there are a ton of Walmarts, that means there's a ton of opportunities to get these dinners, aka dinners. For those of you that don't understand the Boston accent, right? We don't like ours here. The dinners, the car, we park it. Is that's the whole preference. If you're new and don't understand what dinner is when we get that profit. We get that product that's gonna bring us money. That's a dinner. So what I think is really happening is the channel, and I can't even fathom that I've gained over 1,500 new subscribers in the course of the last time we had a live. So I am eternally grateful to everybody who has subscribed to the channel and who is paying attention Two, what you can do either outside your 9 to 5 as a side hustle, or if you're looking to replace your 9 to 5 with your own business. Okay, and and just to piggyback, not to get off track of off your question, Logan, but part of 2021 is I'm actually going to start another playlist that's going to be like an educational piece. It's going to be really in depth on what I'm doing on the computer. We're going to do screen recording and like all this good stuff. I have a lot planned for 2021. It's going to be a great year. But I'm glad I try to teach as much as I can when I'm out there sourcing, but I can get caught up and get excited. You know what I mean? A lot of people want to know exactly what it is. One of the biggest questions I get is what apps I'm using. And I can tell you right now, the 3 apps that I use 100% of the time, every time, is the Amazon Seller app, which is a free application on the Apple Store and on Google Play. It's what you use when you start an account on Amazon to sell on Amazon on their platform. I am using Scoutify 2, which is a sub app from the program on the computer, or it's web-based, called Inventory Lab. So when you sign up to Inventory Lab, which kind of like helps you, how can I put it? It's basically like an Amazon Seller Central, but it's supposed to make your process a little easier. It actually calculates, it lets you know your potential profit versus your cost and all this other stuff that, the data that you supply Inventory Lab. And as a part of signing up for Inventory Lab, which is $50 a month, I don't recommend this for people who are just starting out. You want to take as much profit and you want to make as much money as possible, but down the line, you may want to consider Inventory Lab. It's a very helpful tool. I use it. I've been using it for over 2 years. I don't use the Inventory Lab part yet. I just prefer Seller Central, which is the Amazon platform, but I am going to be moving into Inventory Lab to use it. The reason why I'm telling you that is because when you sign up for Inventory Lab, you get to use their app called Scoutify 2, which is that second app that I'm scanning with, that I'm actually looking to see the percentage of the category that I'm actually able to make a decision on that product. Within Scoutify 2, I plugged in another website link called Keepa. You need Keepa.com. You need it. You just need it. If you're going to become a serious Amazon seller, you need Keepa.com. Some people use Helium 10 or Camel. I prefer Keepa.com. So I pay for Keepa. It's like $15 or $17 a month. You get charged in pounds, whatever that is. I like Keepa.com. So I plug in a link through my Scoutify 2. So 3 apps. Amazon Seller app, Scoutify 2, and Keepa. Keepa. You need Keepa. It's when you first start, you might be able to get lucky and make decisions based solely on sales rank on Amazon. And that's a whole nother topic, right? But if you want to get serious and you want to make informed decisions, you need Keepa. So those are the 3 that I constantly use. The 4th that I would use would probably be a store app. Like if I'm in Walmart, I'm definitely using the Walmart app all the time. I'm definitely using the Walmart app all the time in Walmart because that's how I find hidden clearance. You know what I mean? You go in the clearance section, you see an item that's marked for $20, you scan the item, and now it comes up for $12. Make sure you're in the right store, and make sure you're not scanning the online price, and that's how you find hidden clearance. Now, besides that, you can also find hidden clearance using an app or a web-based program called BrickSeek. BrickSeek, everybody knows, if you've been following me for a while, I have a hell of a love-hate relationship with BrickSeek, and I think a lot of it has to do with the Walmart employees either tucking things in the back. Sometimes BrickSeek is hard to deal with, but BrickSeek is 100% worth it if you go into multiple stores. BrickSeek is definitely worth it. You know what I mean? Let's see what's going on here. Sees you're making more money, so the algorithm likes you more. So Logan, I would say honestly, I think the algorithm likes Walmart. I think people are in tune with Walmart because a lot of feedback I've been getting is a lot of people don't have Targets near them. A lot of people don't have a Marshalls, TJ Maxx, Home Goods, Burlington, Ross, right? They don't have some of the stores that I typically go to, but I feel like everybody has a Walmart that's next to them. So that's what I think is really helping the channel grow, because Walmart clearance is back. So we are back in Walmart. Let's see. It's all about posting almost every day and amazing content. Yep, I agree. RG, thank you. We have Foro Oak says, Richie, how are you dealing with CPC for Amazon? It's harder with RA. Listen, this is what I do. You ready? Let me take a sip real quick. Good old apple juice. What I do is this. I don't think about it too much. Like, you have to pay attention to numbers, right? Your whole business is based on numbers. It's based on profit. It's based on fees. It's based on supply cost. It's based on the time. Is what's worth your time. There's so many variables. What I would say is this. Make sure, and that's why sometimes in my videos, you see me walking away from items that will make me $1 or $2 profit. If something costs me $4, it'll make me $1 profit, $2 profit. $2 profit on a $4 item is 50%. That's a good return, right? But the thing I've learned is you got to pay for shipping. Okay? You have to pay for shipping. And who the hell knows how Amazon's going to break up that shipment? Because Amazon's notorious for breaking up your shipments, okay? So who knows what you're going to pay for that until you pay for that. Now, there's ways around that. Some say you can go into settings and you can do designated shipping, and there's an additional cost for that. Sometimes it's not worth to do that. I don't personally do that. I just have Amazon tell me where to ship the items. But what I will say is this. I make sure I can at least make enough that if price takers come into the listing, cost of shipping, supplies if I have to prep it, right? Or if I have to pay Amazon to prep it, because that's what I've been doing lately. All these costs come into how I pick an item. You know what I mean? So the item has to fly. That's number one. Let's see. Lucas says, for sure, I just noticed Richie had a lot of growth right after he started pushing memberships, so I was wondering if they might be related. You know, Logan, I don't know, because I started doing the memberships at the same time as those Walmart hidden clearance deals. So I don't know what really the benefit has been. It's possible. I think when I saw that growth, that's when I was like, hey, this would be a good time to reach out to the community and see if they would be interested in joining the Hustleholics membership to get access to all those emojis and have fun during the lives, because we like to keep it fun. These lives, you guys are like the best community, I swear to God. Sometimes I see other lives with other resellers. People are so like down, and it's either like the chat isn't, I feel like, isn't as interactive. Like, you guys are awesome. You guys are interactive so much, and I appreciate that. And don't get me wrong, I see a lot of resellers that have interactive lives, but I love the Hustleholic community, man. You guys have really been fantastic, and I really thank each and every one of you. So a free way that you can support the channel. Look, we got Logan with all those dinners. I love it. A free way to support this channel is definitely hit that like button if you get value out of any of my videos or anything that you might ask and have me answer. Listen, I'm all yours tonight. This is what we do on Friday nights. We're going to keep it going, but definitely smash that like button. It helps your boy out in the algorithm with YouTube, and I appreciate everyone who's being here and spending their Friday evening with me. Thank you. Let's keep it going. Let's see. Blouth Auto, definitely a channel member, says, what's happening, Blouth Auto? In the building. Happy birthday says, oh, I just lost it. Hold on. Where are you? I'm really backed up in the chat now because I talk a lot. Sorry, I talk a lot. Happy birthday says, can Amazon customers print their own return label? Thank you for the videos. Yeah, so I believe Amazon customers, I mean, me as an Amazon customer, I actually just had to return. I had the Alexa, I think it's called the Alexa Echo Show 8. And for some reason, it stopped booting. It stopped working. I had to call Amazon as a customer and return it, exchange it for the same item. And they sent me an email with a return label that I printed out, put it on the box, and I sent it off. So, yeah, I believe they definitely do. Henry's out in NJ, a.k.a. the Dirty Jersey. What is up? J-Wax says, some of the stuff that was on clearance is now back to full price, too, so you have to move fast with some of that stuff. Yeah, man. Walmart sometimes can act like snakes. They definitely sometimes snake. I've noticed that too. So yeah, good observation, J-Wack. Let's see. We got Darla Nail says Walmart had a 3-cent game about 6 months. So I went to look and saw it on the bottom of the glass, and it was on top. I think that was supposed to say on top of 3 more of the same, and then 4 more. They had 3-cent sticker on them. Oh, they actually. So the 3-cent video game I had a $5 sticker. But that's crazy that they were advertising a 3-cent sticker on a game because I think technically they're not supposed to be able to sell that to you. I think the 3-cent items they're supposed to pull off the shelf. And the reason why you find 3-cent items is because nobody pulled them. So that's crazy that they actually priced it 3 cents. That's nuts. We got JC, also a channel member with a chicken dinner. How you doing? Thank you for your membership. I appreciate it. Coley says, do you have a paid BrickSeek sub, or how did you find the deals on BrickSeek? So I am a paid member on BrickSeek. I am an Extreme member. I definitely have the Extreme membership. I think it's $35 a month. It pays for itself for me. And that's because I'm in multiple Walmarts every single day. So I make that $35 back in profit and then some all the time. So it's definitely something that I definitely pay for, and it's definitely worth my while. If you're only visiting 1 or 2 Walmarts a week, try the free version. Try the basic version. You might get some value, but really BrickSeek is for those people who are either A, looking for deals for themselves for personal use and want that extreme value when they're out shopping, or for resellers like myself who are in and out of Walmarts, multiple Walmarts every single day. That's the type of energy we're bringing. We want that profit. We want, so that definitely the membership pays for itself. You know what I mean? Logan, also a member. Thank you for your membership. The bolos in the membership are awesome. I highly recommend everyone join the Hustleholics Club. Yeah, and listen, the bolos in the membership for the Hustleholics Premium, those are real-time posts. Like when I post an item, that's real-time. When it goes on the community tab for members only, that's a real-time snapshot that I'm buying this at that time, and it's selling on Amazon for that price. Maybe you don't want to sell on Amazon. Maybe you're thinking about a gift idea. Maybe you're just wanting to, I don't know. You ever see that crazy extreme couponing show? Maybe you're just looking for a deal. I definitely post a couple times, and I'm actually going to be posting an extreme version, which is going to be about 5 to 7 posts per day on the extreme version. But right now we just have the 2 tiers. We have the Hustleholics Club and we have the Hustleholics Premium. So definitely check that out if you're interested. Henry says, hey, Richie, did you get any product compliance lately, and how are you dealing with them? I got 63 of them, and it seems they're targeting the toy category. Yeah, so how do I attack this? So this is new to me also. I've been getting DMs about this. Like, I think I've got hit with like 51, 52. All I've been doing is I've been researching a little bit, and it looks like they want to test the toys for either lab for plastics or something. Oh, it sounded like something just fell. Sorry. And obviously nobody's going to. Hold on 1 second. You could get lab testing, but honestly, who's going to do that, right? So you have a couple of options. You can either appeal it. When you click appeal, you're going to have 2 options. Option 1 is going to be this does not relate to me or whatnot. Thanks, babe. Does not relate to me. Or the second option is going to be this was targeted towards somebody 12 years or older. All I've been doing is appealing them, and in my discretion, putting that in the toy, whatever toy it is. For instance, Pokemon. I just put it's geared for kids 12 and older. Is it really? Probably not, but I just put it, right? And a lot of my listings have either been approved or it says, well, this is a toy, blah, blah, blah. I don't know what the heck's going on with this. It's driving me nuts, though. I'm going bonkers with it, too. But it seems like the only repercussion is, A, a lot of the warnings I got were older products that I don't even have stock of anymore. I've gotten a couple of new products that I've listed, but they give me such a far out date that I still sell the product. I just delete the ASIN, and then it comes off. So I'm not quite sure what the heck is going on, but I'm still trying to investigate it. All I know is I've been appealing every single one. The worst thing you can do is ignore it. Do not ignore it. Just don't ignore it, okay? Anthony Vieira says, hi, Richie. I just started FBA in Canada. Oh, Canada, right? Do you know if we switch countries to list in Canada, can I only list in certain items in Canada? Right now, the items show available both in US and Canada. So, Anthony, I'll tell you this. Amazon, and I'm not sure how it is in Canada. In the US, we have a program in Amazon called NARF. Check out my last live for last Friday. I posted the link in the chat towards the end of the video. It's a program called NARF. Okay, NARF. It allows me as a US seller to send inventory to the US Amazon warehouses, and people in Canada and Mexico can purchase items located in my US inventory. Now, where you're in Canada, I'm assuming you might have the same treaty agreement. Check that out. I would Google Amazon NARF agreement. See if it's available for Canada to sell into US and Mexico and whatnot. Enroll in that. That's the best I could give for that. Dead Channel says, we need a water. I'm talking, there's a lot of hot air coming out of this mouth tonight. I haven't eaten dinner yet either, so I'm getting a little hungry. Dead Zone. I'm sorry, Dead Zone. Boop. Dead Channel says, I'm currently selling on eBay and I have my Amazon video call next week. Congratulations. To be able to sell on Amazon. What should I do after I can sell? I know I'll be gated in a lot of things. So this is a question I get all the time. Is, hey, I'm a new seller. I can't sell-ish. What do I do? What I can do is tell you is this. Focus on what you can sell. There's going to be a ton of items you wish you could sell at first. Do not get discouraged. Stay focused, okay? Focus on what you can sell. How I started in books with $8, okay? $8. I went into a library, short story, went into a library with $20. I only bought $8 worth, $16.50. We turned that $8 to $50. $50 into $140. $140 into $320. Whatever it is, we snowballed it, okay? Books is the least restricted category you can get in. My advice to any new seller is it's not luxurious. It's not no Amazon, no Walmart clearance. It's not Target clearance, right? It's not all these things you're seeing on video. It's libraries. It's dirty book sales. It's Savers. It's Goodwill. It's all these secondhand shops, right? Books are going to be your lowest cost, highest profit return. I highly recommend any and every new reseller on Amazon to start in books. Why? Because books are going to give you that sales velocity. You're going to sell a lot of books. You are. As long as you're paying attention to the sales rank, all that stuff, which is a totally another subject, you're going to sell a lot of books. When you sell a lot of books, your sales velocity is going to go up. Amazon's going to trust you more. And then when you go to apply to get auto ungated in certain brands and categories, you're going to get auto ungated. Now, what you could do is if you didn't want to do the whole book, if you said, you know what, Richie, books really just aren't for me. I'm just really not a fan of books. I really want to sell certain toys, categories, brands. What do I do? Okay. What you got to do is you got to get on Google. You have to Google certain, distributors, okay? And what you're going to do is you're going to look for distributors in toys or distributors in what you want to sell. You're going to open up an account. and you're going to place your order. Now, guys, we got 77 on the live. I appreciate everyone being here. Smash that like button. And I'm going to tell you one distributor in toys that may help you get ungated in toys, the category, and in certain brands. It's public knowledge. A lot of resellers have already shared this information, so I'm comfortable with sharing it as well. Give me that like. Let's get these likes over to 50, and I'm going to drop this distributor for you with certain toy brands and toy category in general. 46 likes. Smash that like button. Let's get it up to over 50. 47. You ready? 49. We're going to get way over 50. I'm just going to share it with you anyways. So there is a 50. There we go. 50 likes. Thank you, everybody. There is a distributor called EE Distribution. If you Google EE Distribution, this is going to help you get ungated in Marvel, DC, possibly Legos, Star Wars, WWE, Funko, Hasbro, Barbie, Mattel. I could go on and on. Okay? EE Distribution, look it up, Google it. You heard it here on this live. I don't share this information often. EEDistribution.com. Sign up for a new account. You're going to have a video, a phone call similar to your Amazon. They're going to want to know what you're interested in and whatnot. You communicate with them and just answer their questions as they ask. And then once you get that account, you can go ahead and place either. A lot of their items are pre-order items. I would not recommend EE Distribution for to buy products to make money. It's really to get ungated in certain brands and categories, okay? There's a dinner tip. Winner chicken dinner. Let me get some dinners in the chat. All my Hustleholic members that are members, throw some dinners in there. There's a dinner for you, okay? EE Distribution. Sign up and don't stop there. Do not stop there. Look for other distributors because you're going to get frustrated with EE Distribution. I promise you. But it's a start. And that's where you have to start, okay? Take action. Get that going this weekend. This week, when we get off this live, go there, get that dinner, make it happen, all right? You're welcome. Merry Christmas. All right, so definitely need the apple juice emoji. That's how far behind in the chat I am, okay? Yeah, we definitely need the apple juice emoji. Just found you this week, so happy to learn from you. Molly, thank you for being here. Much appreciated. I'm glad you're here. Hello, everybody. Hello, Halabala Picker. Halabala Picker or Halabala Picker? Welcome. Thank you for being here. Ozzy says San Diego in the building. Ozzy charges a debt to you. We were talking about football earlier. What are bricky deals mean? Bricky? I think you meant BrickSeek. BrickSeek's a website, brickseek.com. You can check it out. They definitely have different memberships, and they track Walmart, Target inventory, Home Depot, Lowe's. You can find all types of stuff. brickseek.com. Very good website. We have a love-hate relationship, though. Karen Jones in the building. Hi from Washington State. What's up, Karen? Karen's always in the building. How are you? Cool Tool says, hey, Richie from a lockdown UK. Love the channel. I love the accent. From the film Departed. Okay. I don't know what that is, but LOL sounds great in Boston accent. Thank you. Much appreciated. I can't help the accent. Inventory Lab is great. I love to list there, but finish the shipment in Seller Central. Yeah. Keepa is definitely a must. Molly says, what tools do you use for your info, and how do you know you have a good deal in taking it home? Keepa.com gives you all that data. You need to, if you want to make an intelligent, informed decision that you're not going to regret, you need to learn how to read the data on Keepa.com. When you plug the ASINs in and you're looking for the products, you definitely need Keepa.com. It's a must. RevSeller. I used to have RevSeller. RevSeller is also a great tool. I just don't do a lot of my research on the computer. I do it on my phone. No Walmarts in NY, says Stacy. No Walmarts in New York? Why is that? Logan says, absolutely, BrickSeek really irritates me on the daily. I feel you. But there is never a month where it doesn't pay for itself 10 times over. Logan, I couldn't agree with you more. Tony says, hi, Richie from Pittsburgh, PA. I'm here with my fork ready for dinners. When you say you send in all your stuff to FBA and let Amazon prep for you, do you also do inventory placement at the same time? No, I do not do inventory placement. I don't pay for that service. I just send where Amazon tells me to send. But I do pay Amazon to prep my thing. So poly bagging, all that good stuff. I'm in a position where I pay Amazon because my time, I'm basically saying my time is more valuable than spending this hour, these 3 hours prepping these products. Those 2-3 hours I could be going to, 3 or 4 Walmarts getting more product. So for me, I factor in that 50 cent, that 30 cent, whatever it is to prep that product. For me, it's worth it. But the reason why I don't recommend new sellers do this, and I'm not sure if you're a new seller or not, Tony. Maybe you are, maybe you aren't. But for new sellers, I say don't do it because you got to put in the work. You need to savor that $40, that $90, that $75 that you have to save that because you need all the money you can get to get more product. When I first started, I didn't have this big giant lump of capital. You know what I mean? I took $8. When I needed to raise more capital, I drove Uber Eats and I created a second stream of income that I used to put into my Amazon business, where now for over a year I haven't had to drive Uber Eats to get that because now I'm in a position where my Amazon business is paying for itself. And let me tell you something right now. I met some people that are ashamed to say they drove for Uber or DoorDash or all that stuff. Man, screw that. That's a hustle. Anytime you're making money, you shouldn't be ashamed of anything because the more money you're making, you're better off for yourself, your family, your kids, whoever you're trying to support. It is what it is, right? Hustleholics for a reason. All right? Do you pay for BrickSeek? Let's see. We answered that. Hold on, let me come back. Where are we? Do you pay for BrickSeek or use the free version? Coley, I use the extreme version. Logan throwing those dinners in the chat. Tony, welcome to Hustleholics Premium. Tony Pakowski, thank you so much for joining the Hustleholics Premium. You will not regret it with the daily posts that you get in the community tab. Thank you for signing up. Mike Johnson says, I watched a couple unsexy videos, then you started popping up on my screen, so I subbed. Mike Johnson, thank you so much for your subscription. I appreciate you being here, being a part of this Friday night Hustleholic Hangout. We do this every Friday, 6 p.m. Thank you so much for being here. Tony in the building, cheering on the membership. Much love. Who's Who says Detroit in the building. Detroit, what is up? How you doing, Who's Who? Who's Who? Logan smashing that like button, telling everybody to do the same. Finding product compliance requests being very difficult with RA. Yeah, but you know what though? Those compliance, listen. Those compliance requests are really just kind of, it's either you're on the listing or you're off the listing. I got to do more research. I don't have enough education on that, and I've tried to reach out to other more seasoned resellers to talk about it. Karen says, for some reason in Seller Central I can't find where the rules are. Do you know where I can study? Rules for what, Karen? Do you strictly stick with Amazon or do you also do eBay? No eBay for me. I'm 98% Amazon, and returns that I get are unsellable items I do push on Mercari or I sell on Facebook Marketplace locally. Again, another shout out to RG Slot Wins. Thank you so much for modding. Super big help. Jake Pope says, do the things you do translate to eBay? No eBay here. I gave up eBay almost 2 years ago, as the Italians would say. You know what I mean? Jay Wax says, I found some kind of an LOL toy that is displayed in a cardboard school bus. They were marked 10 cents and there were a ton of them, 8 of them in a display. I'm gated in LOL, but an 8-pack is $80 on eBay. You better pick it up then. Brian says the compliance don't make any sense. I'm with you, Brian. It really doesn't make any sense why third-party resellers are subjected to getting lab testing. I don't know if it's a glitch. Whatever it is, I'm not ignoring it. I'm complying with what Amazon wants me to do. I'm appealing it. The worst thing you can do is ignore it. I've had compliance requests for plush toys. No plastic on plush toys. Yeah, it's crazy. Molly says she's from Columbus, Ohio. How you doing from Columbus, Ohio? My wife actually has relatives out in Ohio. I believe in, where is it? In Ohio. I want to say Canfield, but that's near her. Youngstown is near them too. Poland, Ohio. Boardman. So we have relatives out in Ohio. The godparents of one of my daughters, Yanni Custom Furniture, is actually in Boardman, Ohio. So if you've heard, Molly, of Yanni's Custom Furniture, he's in Boardman. So I'm not sure where Columbus is from Boardman, but check out Yanni's Custom Furniture if you need it. And shout out to Renula and Yanni if you happen to be watching this live. Logan says, did I see you join Hustle? Would you be interested in doing group Zoom meetings with those who join your extreme level? I've been thinking about it. If I do enter a tier with a group Zoom, private Zoom meetings, it is something I have been considering. But right now, I've been extremely busy. And quite frankly, it wouldn't be fair if I couldn't make Zoom calls or anything like that. I'm literally up and out every single day. And the premium membership is great because even when I'm in the store finding these deals on the fly, I'm taking a picture right then and there and I'm letting the community know as I'm finding them. So to take that extra time and do Zoom calls, that's something I'm considering. Me, myself, I have to work on delegation and organizing my time a little bit better, but definitely something I'm considering. Guys, we just hit over 100 people on this live. Amazing. Thank you all so much for joining this Hustleholic Hangout on this Friday night. We do this every Friday, 6 p.m. You know me, I'm your boy Richie Hustles. Thank you so much. This is the first time we've had 100 people on a Friday night live. Much love. Thank you. How do I create a new shipping template? Seems like no matter what I do, there are options that I can't change. So, Aaron, when you say create a new shipping template, are you talking about like the cost of the shipping, like customizing the shipping cost for your shipments? Is that FB? Is that merchant fulfilled question? Could you just elaborate a little bit? Foroak says, I buy some stuff from distributors. They have the product compliance. Sorry. And sometimes I yell because I keep that energy. I'm very high energy. I'm passionate about this. You know what I mean? So sometimes I get that high energy and I have to kind of take it down a little bit and talk at a normal level like this. Instead of talking like this, you know what I mean? I'm very passionate about what I do. Buy stuff from distributors and have product compliance requests from. I think this new requirement is going to kill RA. I just don't know. I'm not sure. It seems like it's a glitch. I mean, third-party resellers make up, I think the statistic was like 80% of Amazon's business. I couldn't imagine them really. I mean, as resellers, we have complaints, right? Amazon's not a perfect platform, but I could not imagine them trying to phase out third-party sellers. It just would not make sense. And, Jeff Bezos wouldn't be able to collect his, trillions of dollars, whatever he makes a second. So how do I know if a sales rank is good for that category? I'm glad you asked that. And that's something I'm going to be covering in a future video. In my Scoutify 2 app, it actually tells me the percentage of what that rank falls in compared to the category. I can actually give you an example real quick. I'll just pull up a random product and I'll show you what I mean. So let's see, random product. Okay, so Rainbow, no, not that one. I'm going to show you. Give me a second. So, for instance, okay. I don't have this product, so I don't mind showing you. This is the Scoutify 2 app, and I'm just going to check the computer to see. And look at color grades yellow. I hate that because the screen's white. So let me just see on my computer what this looks like, if you can see this. So right up here, right here, you can't read it because it's trying to focus on me. Anyways, right here, In the green, it says top 1% of 6,935,986. So this product is in the top 1%. I try to stay within the top 1%. Okay. So maybe this is ranked, 50,000. And that's why it's the top 1%. I know you can't see it. It's blurry. I don't want to, screw up anything here, but that's how I can tell the percentage. And once you start using this program over and over, you can scan things and you can see the seller rank and you know how many categories. Also, I will mention that shout out to Reezy Resells, because he actually has a website and he sends out every single month a new product category. What do you call it? Like what the top 0.5% is, the top the top 1/4%, the top 0.5%, top 1%, top 5%, top 10%, right? He sends out a monthly email. I'm not sure what the name of the website is, but I'm sure you could go to his channel and find a link. You could sign up for free. He sends it to your email, and then you can get an idea for that month what the how many products are in that certain category. But I just use Scoutify too. It tells me everything I need to know, and I try to stay within the first 3%. But my ideal purchase would be within the top 1% as long as it sells. What range do you use as far as the sales ranks? I think I might have answered that. Is there a website that you use for book pricing? No, I mean I just use the Seller Central, the Amazon Seller app. That's what I use for books. Apple juice per. You guys didn't hear that, did you? We're definitely going to get an apple juice emoji next time. Can you share some of your followers with me? What do you mean, like to check out your channel or something? Guys, check out Jay Wack. Logan says, EE distribution is great. This is how far behind I am, right? We're talking about EE distribution. I just want to make sure I get to all of you and I don't miss anybody. And if I do miss you, I apologize. Just let me know I missed you and I'll get to you. Make sure you're on their wholesale site and not just the retail. Yes, so entertainmentearth.com, I believe, is their retail site, and EE Distribution is their wholesale site. Same company though. EE stands for Entertainment Earth, which again is their retail version. What's the best toy brand to get ungated in first? Subjective. One thing I will say is if you're going to submit an invoice to Amazon, make sure you have at least 10 products. You cannot send them 5. You cannot send them 8. You cannot send them 9. 10 items. Now, something to pay attention to on EE distribution is when you're ordering them, a lot of times they send them to you by cases. You don't have to order 10 cases. You have to see how many pieces are in that case. Maybe there's 6 pieces per case. So if there's 6 pieces per case, you need 2 cases. That's 12 pieces. That's enough to send the invoice into Amazon. 2 cases, 12 pieces. Pay attention. Okay? We got Logan and Tony sharing those chicken dinners. Winner chicken dinner all day. Charlie Banks in the building. What is up? Lucas says, I'm waiting for Leo Oliver. Yeah, Leo. Where is Leo? Hi from Dublin, Ireland. Jacqueline Cook in the building. How are you? What time is it out in Dublin right now? Right now it's about 5 or 7. It's about 7 p.m. here. What time is it over in Dublin? The Departed with Leo DiCaprio. My husband and I just found you. I would like to know how you started, your story, and what does ungated mean? That says, and that's from Mama 4. So, ungated is basically like saying unrestricted. So in Amazon, when you're scanning products, you're going to be either restricted or you're going to be able to sell it. When you're restricted, and it's a gray restricted, because sometimes they have red, total other topic. When you have a gray restricted, you can apply to sell that, right? So when you're restricted, we call it being gated in that product, meaning you're gated, you can't escape. The gates are closed, okay? Resellers, we use a term called ungated, which means the gates have opened and you are able to enter that brand or category to sell. Also, thank you and your husband for checking out my channel. I appreciate you guys being here. Absolutely, thank you. And how I started my story, I thought about doing a video on my story. I'm not sure it's that quite interesting yet, but to sum it up in a short version, I started, I have a 9 to 5 still. I'm able to work from home right now, which has really helped me vamp up my Amazon business. But I started with going to a library next door on my lunch break, looking for books, scanning those books, selling those books to Amazon, and basically taking that sale, flipping it every time. Taking that money, flipping it, taking the flipping. When I wanted to scale my business, I started driving Uber Eats. I never wanted to put anybody in my car driving Uber, but I did food delivery for almost a year. And I was making $1,000 a week. And I was taking that $1,000 a week and I was dumping it into my Amazon business because I needed to scale. And listen, I don't care what anybody says. You could take your savings. Nobody wants to take a loan from their 401k. Nobody wants to take their savings money, right? Because what if it doesn't work? You just lost your savings. So I needed to create a secondary form of income to fund my business. So I did that for almost a year. And it didn't stop there. I got 2 phones, which I have to this day. The phone I'm recording on and my Samsung. So I have an iPhone 12 Pro Max and I have a Samsung Note 20 Ultra 5G. And I've always kept my 2 phones. It's almost like a symbolic reason because I would have Uber Eats on one phone and then I had DoorDash, for those of you that it's similar to Uber Eats, on a second phone. And when I was on a delivery on my Uber Eats, when I was almost finished with that, I would go online on DoorDash. So I had 2 phones on my car. Like I grind, you know what I mean? I wouldn't get home sometimes till 10, 11 o'clock at night, sometimes midnight. Right after work, I'd get off the train, start driving for hours. That's a short version. So, and then here I fast forward, here I am today. And I haven't had to do that in almost a year. Over a year I haven't had to do that. I really did that the first year I sold on Amazon, and now we're going on year 3. So we're going on pretty much almost 2 years of not having to do that and just kind of recycling the Amazon money back into the business. So that's a short version of my story. A lot of sacrifice goes into this, you know. I will say the one thing that I definitely miss, that I definitely don't take for granted anymore, is, you know, I have 2 little girls, and a lot of times my wife would put my oldest one, because at the time we didn't have our second child, she'd put her to bed and I would miss the kiss goodnights and just little sentimental things that you wish you could be there. But you know what? I get those now, and it was definitely worth the effort. So I hope I answered a little bit of your question, Mama 4. Tony says, I've been selling for 3 years, learning something new every day. Absolutely. If you're not learning something new every day, you need to. Even if it doesn't have to do with reselling, you want to learn something new every day. Let's see. Amen, brother. What's up, man? What's up, Fuway? Richie, the hustle goat, says Mimi more. I appreciate that. But listen, I've been doing this 3 years. I really appreciate that and the love. But me, myself, even I learn something new every day. You know, I'm a guy trying to share the hustle, try to let everyone know, listen, if I can do it, everybody can do it. You know? Appreciate that, though. So Karen elaborates on boop. Amazon terms of service. Where is it? Seems hidden. So Karen, what I would do is actually just last night, like I wanted to know the conditions of a product. Like what's Amazon's definition of new, right? What is like new? What are these definitions? And what I did was I simply just Googled Amazon and then what I wanted to learn. And you'd be surprised. You probably can find that in a Google search. Dead Channel says, how much should I order from EE Distribution to get ungated? We answered that. 10 pieces, not 10 cases, at least a minimum 10 pieces, because Amazon will not accept your invoice unless you submit a quantity of at least 10 or more. RG already answered that. Thank you. At least 10 of one item. What's your drug of choice that you're drinking there? So this is, it's actually kind of watered down now. Let's finish it up. Crown Royal on the rocks. This, I have those ball ice cubes. I love my Crown apple juice. That is what I like to drink. And we've been doing about one a week, which is pretty good. Blau Auto throws in those dinners and those money bags. Listen, secure the bag. That's how we do it. Do you source it says tropicals, but I'm assuming you meant topicals and grocery. You know, grocery is definitely something I'm looking to get into. There is a couple of specialty grocery stores, and I'm actually going to be filming in. I actually want to check out, like, I know they own Whole Foods, right? But I want to check Whole Foods and a couple of other specialty markets to source some products. I want to get into grocery because those are good replenishables. And with a lot of people staying home now and ordering online because they were forced to do so due to the pandemic that started earlier this year, a lot of more people, millions of people, are actually more comfortable with ordering online, and that's a win for Amazon sellers. Let's see. Jackie answered my question I asked about 34 hours ago. That's how far behind I am. It says 5 to 12. So 7 o'clock here is 12 o'clock there. And that's Dublin, Ireland. Carla Spivey, how do you feel about the various Beats headphones as far as resell? I haven't resold any Beats headphones. I don't know. JC says, do you need to start like an LLC to open an account with a distribution like EE? I will tell you this. You don't necessarily need an LLC, but I would recommend having at least a sole prop. A sole prop is nothing more than a DBA. For those that don't know what DBA is, that's doing business as. For instance, if I wanted to have a business and I don't have a business EIN, I don't have an LLC, I don't want to pay the $600-700 to get the LLC. I just want to say, hey, I want to go into business, right? What you're going to want to do, and this is just the short version, okay? I'm not, consult your tax consultant for taxes and tax implications, all that stuff. All I'm telling you is the process, okay? I could say, hey, I'm Richie Hustles, DBA Hustleholics, doing business as Hustleholics, okay? I'm going to go to my town hall. I'm going to get a business certificate, and I'm going to use my social as the EIN. You can do that if you're a sole prop, sole proprietor, sole proprietorship. And I'm going to get my business certificate, okay? It's as easy as that. $10, $20, whatever the fee is at the town. I'm going to open up a bank account as a sole prop. You don't need any LLC documents and all that good stuff, okay? But it's a simpler way to do it. You don't need an LLC, and then you can start your business. It just looks a little bit professional. It looks more professional. I believe to have a wholesale account, you have to have some type of business to have a wholesale account. I'm not sure they'll sell wholesale to individuals. But that's an easy and least expensive way I can recommend on doing it, unless you plan on starting an LLC, and that's a whole nother topic. Let's see, J-Wack says, I did Uber to earn money to start my Amazon business. Hail to J-Wack, he gets it. All while working a full-time job, absolutely. Now I did 200K in sales, my second year selling on Amazon. Still working on full-time job, by the way. That is amazing, J-Wack. That's awesome to see you selling 200K on Amazon while you raised more money and worked a full-time job. I can relate. Trust me. Salina De Luz says, hey there, question. When you scan something and there is no ranking, do you just walk away or take a chance? I found a kid's snow jacket that can sell for $80 but has a 0 ranking. What would I do? Selena, what I would do is this, and I'm glad you asked that. This is a question I've been getting a lot lately, and we actually answered this last week, but if you're new here, you wouldn't have known that. So I'll tell you this right now. What I found is items that have a 0 sales rank, I actually put in Keepa.com. This is why Keepa is so important, okay? What I found is items that do not have a sales rank, okay, are items that don't have any sellers. So when I put that ASIN in Keepa.com, it's going to tell me that it was selling, but stopped like 2 months ago. Why? Nobody has the item, but you do. So you want to, when in doubt, zoom it out. Look at the year view on that keeper graph and check out what that item's been selling for. If you see that item's been selling for $80 and nobody has it but you do, you better buy that item. And you better list it because you're going to be the one selling that item and you're going to be the only seller. Is it like that all the time? No, because it could be a crappy product. The only way you're going to know that is through Keepa, Helium 10, or any other service that's going to let you know sales rank, so you know if it's sold or if it's been selling. Jenny says, shout out from LA. Jenny in LA, how you doing all the way on the West Coast? Just became your recent new subscriber. Much love. Thank you so much. Love your videos. Look forward to your live video tomorrow. I appreciate that. So the way I've been scheduling these lives is we do a Hustleholic Hangout where I answer your questions on Friday. Saturday, we do a Pokemon because honestly, I got to have one day where I keep it fun, and that's a hustle. It's hard to get these Pokemon cards, and these things are worth a ton of money, so we're selling them too. That's what we do. So that's on Saturday, and then Sunday night are the live hustle videos where I'm in Walmart or wherever I go, and we are hustling and buying product and searching and looking, sourcing live. It's raw. It's live. I love it. Sundays are my favorite. I love Sunday nights. I love Fridays too. Sam says, I did Lyft. Shout out to you, Sam. For a year during a tough time, saved my house, my car, kept my head up so I could make some career moves to get above water. No shame in hustling. Absolutely, Sam. I love hearing those stories, man. And I'm glad everything turned out for the better in your case, man. Much respect. Logan says, I worked with one distributor that sold to me as an individual, but they're rare. They are rare because you can get those really good deals that way too. Dead Channel says, thanks for the info. Jenny Gonzalez in the building, a little late, but here watching. Shout out to you, Jenny. How you doing? Selena says, you're the best. Thank you. Just adopt me as your sister already. You would not be the first. I'm going to have to adopt a lot of you. A lot of you want me to adopt you. I'm going to have to buy a bigger house. And maybe that's coming in Florida. Stay tuned. Let's see. Chambia L says, on average, how fast your items sell on Amazon? I shoot for 30 days. I want to sell my items in 30 days. Within 30 days, okay? If they don't, it's okay. If they go on to 60 days, I'll lower the price. If they don't sell after 60 days, if we're going on 90 days, then I might have to take a loss. I want to get rid of it. Excuse me. I don't want to pay Amazon storage fees, so I'm going to blow out. I can get a sole proprietorship since I'm 18, right? Yes. 18 or older, sole prop. You can use your social. It'll be a DBA. So it'll be your name, DBA, your business name. You can use your social, all that stuff. Also, it wouldn't hurt if you didn't want to use your social security number. You could go on irs.gov and get a free tax identification number or TIN, and you can actually do it online. And you can actually print it online the same day. If you don't want to use your social, that might be a better way to go. So that way, if you do want to get an LLC down the line, you already have a tax identification number that you can use. That's what I did. Let's see. Now we'll stay in my... No worries. Yes, you can. I'm 19 and no issues. Good. When does Amazon start charging storage fees? So they have long-term storage fees. I actually just got an email about it. It's usually, they used to do 6 months and 1 year. Now I believe they're doing 1 year. Jenny says, do you donate things that are not sold during that time frame? So I do donate a lot of items. So a lot of returns that I get, I list on Mercari. If they don't sell on Mercari, a lot of times I will take it. I'll throw everything in a trash bag, and I will drive to my nearest church that has some donation bins. I do donate a lot that way. Also during the holidays, I end up paying for people's purchases. Check out that YouTube video. There is a video on that where I went to Walmart and paid for people's purchases in Walmart. I do a lot of donating though, yes. Just got the EIN just to not have to use my social. Good, yes. I do recommend the EIN. A has a cool emoji that I have no idea how you got that. But that's pretty cool. It looks like it's one of the, oh, it's the standard YouTube emojis. Okay, cool. Are you really thinking of moving to Florida? Man, I would love to afford to someday get out of Massachusetts. So let me tell you this, Brian, the answer, am I really thinking of moving to Florida? Yes. And I would love to afford to someday get out of Massachusetts. I think that I think getting out of Massachusetts, like you said, I wish to afford to get out of Massachusetts. Once you get out of Massachusetts, you'll see that you'll be able to afford a lot more when you're out of Massachusetts. Massachusetts is one of the highest states to live in. Jenny Gonzalez says, nice, thumbs up. Absolutely. Logan, a part of the No Sleep Club. Logan in the building, not sleeping tonight. No sleep for Logan. Let's see. Stu Shoe says, will you stop your 9 to 5 anytime soon? I can't answer that on a live because I know I have some creeps in my 9 to 5 that watch these lives. I know who you are. So I can't say anything because it could jeopardize the integrity of the 9 to 5. So we'll just say I work my 9 to 5 for now, but more things to come. I see you creeps out there at the 9 to 5 that work with me. I know you're tattatailing, creeping on the YouTube, telling managers and stuff. I see you. What part of Florida are you planning to move to? I am actually not going to say that yet, just because it's definitely going to be Southern Florida. Fort Lauderdale, Boca, Boynton Beach, that kind of area. I definitely want to move in Southern Florida. I was looking at like Naples too, but Naples definitely doesn't have a lot of the opportunity that I need to operate my Amazon business as far as retail arbitrage. But Naples is a beautiful place, man. I really want to. I want to visit Naples just to look. I want to go for lunch. I just want to hang out in Naples. It just looks beautiful there. But not on the West Coast. Definitely the East Coast and Southern Florida. I definitely like to get to. Let's see. RG says a lot cheaper down south. I know that. RG in the building lives down south. Logan says, hey, but at least they give you watch time. Listen, haters need jobs too. You know what I mean? PG Jersey says, do you ever do RA with books new from stores? Not really. Not really. Just because there's a lot of profit in used books. And there's profit in new books too. But when you buy them for savers, and they're not in the greatest condition. So when you do books, it's really a volume game. You know what I mean? Let's see. Jenny says, I did watch that video. You are such an awesome person, Richie. Say hi to the family. I really enjoyed those Vlogmas. Man, Jenny, those Vlogmas. It was so hard. We did 10 days in a row. Straight vlogging. Family, stores. It was getting to be a lot. Shout out to everybody that can do Vlogmas to the fullest. Hey, Valentina, what are you doing over there? Don't do that, okay? Because Daddy has his stuff in that corner. So you use over here, okay? I love having children, right? They're always in the building. What are we doing? You're blocked in, kiddo. She's what? Is she coming to say hi? She's coming to say hi. This is my oldest girl, Valentina.
Who's in her pajamas?
Is in her PJs, right? Comfy. You say hi to everybody?
All right, Cindy, come on.
Valentina's a true hustleholic in the building, okay? Love you.
All right,
Go ahead.
Daddy.
Love you, honey.
Okay, come on.
I'm going to end the live soon. Thanks, baby girl. So we have Brian says, oh, I know about Massachusetts and their costs. Absolutely, we all know. It's not about money when it comes to afford. I mean, it's more for family. Just too close of a lot of people around here. Good for you, man. Good luck. Appreciate that, Brian. Thank you. Jenny shouts out in the chat, hi, Valentina. Plus size mommy too. And shout out to Jenny. Jenny, I think you just had a baby. It looks like on your YouTube channel. Did you just have a baby? Shout out to Jenny. Plus size mommy too says she's too cute. Much appreciated. My Valentina. And I have my little one too, who I think she's playing with the toys over there. Love the hustle. Thank you for inspiring me. Justin, thank you for being here. I appreciate you being here. Jay Wackador, beautiful family. It goes too fast. For both my sons are growing up. Listen, man, it really does. It really does. And I'll tell you this. Listen, guys, I got about 5 more minutes. We're at the 75-minute mark, about an hour, 15 minutes. and your boy is hungry. I have not eaten dinner yet, and I know dinner's been ready. I could smell it. I'm just really hungry. So we got about 5 more minutes left on this live. Answer your questions down there. I'll get to as many as I can, or we could just chit chat, whatever it is. I definitely want to give you the attention. If you do have a question, drop it down there. And look at that. I'm looking at the live right now. We have 95 in the live, and we have 95 likes. You guys are amazing. Amazing. Shout out to everybody out there. If you're on this live, you're a hustleholic. Thank you. Let's see. Jenny Lee says, thanks for your time. Good night, Richie. Good night, Jenny. Thank you for joining me and being here. JC dropping them dinners. All day dinners. Another thing I wanted to talk about is, so YouTube growth, I think it has a lot to do with relating. And I think a lot of people can relate to Walmart clearance. Like I said before at the beginning of the live, Walmart has an abundance, like a plethora. Yeah, I said it. A plethora. Plethora. Sound like Donald Duck. Plethora of stores that a lot of people can relate to. No, we just turned 10 months. Thanks, Richie. Dinner is ready. Awesome. Third Coast picking and flipping. Thumbs up. Absolutely. Do you think BrickSeek is pretty accurate? Okay. Here's a great question. Let me roll the sleeves up. BrickSeek accurate? I don't know. I'm going to tell you this. My honest opinion, I think BrickSeek is accurate. What I don't think is accurate is Walmart that keeps a lot of their stuff in the back. Or have you ever gone to a Walmart and asked an associate, showed them the barcode and said, hey, can you check this item for me? It might be in the back. Even if you tell them you have experience with the item being in the back, they will not check. So I don't think it's a BrickSeek problem. I think BrickSeek knows Walmart's inventory, because I'll tell you this. They're pretty spot on with Lowe's inventory. They're pretty spot on with Target, and Target associates will help you 98% of the time, at least in my instances, okay? Target employees have been pretty good. Walmart employees, you guys suck. I'm sorry. I said it. It is what it is. They don't want to do nothing. They don't want to check for you or nothing. You will find your occasional Walmart employee that will help you. So I don't think it's a BrickSeek problem. I think it's a Walmart problem, to tell you the truth. Because I've only ran into inventory issues on BrickSeek with Walmart. I feel like the chat's been going nuts right now. Sarah Jane's Journey, also a Hustleholic member. Hey there. Hey, Sarah, thank you for joining. I need to grind my YouTube and Instagram consistently is key, and I need to work on it. Listen, and Logan, and I see you hustling out there, man. I see you. You know what I mean? Once you get your own schedule, it took me a while. I've had my YouTube channel for almost 2 years. It took me till now to get a schedule that you have to stick by. I have family events coming up in the next couple of weeks that I either A, need to leave early for, because my commitment, my joy, my passion, my career, this is YouTube, Amazon, this is my business. I love you guys. You know what I mean? I got to be here for you guys. You know, how crappy would it be to have a schedule and then, like, imagine going into your work and saying, hey, you know what? Today I got to leave early. They're going to be like, you should have told me earlier. Is this an emergency? No, I just got to go do a couple things. I ain't going to let you do that. Just started selling clearance items on Facebook. Do you have any tips? Wait a minute. Wait. We got J-Wag. I found Yu-Gi-Oh! Blue Eyes White Dragon. Really? That's dope. If graded high, it's worth a lot. Absolutely. Clearance items on Facebook. Just be careful on Facebook, because sometimes a lot of people don't like to show. I don't have that much experience with Facebook Marketplace. I sell some of the bigger items that I transport to other people. So the Flipping Accountant says, what up, Richie? Shouldn't you be out shopping? Hey, listen, I haven't even eaten supper yet. Dinner. Real dinner. Dinner, not dinner. You know what I mean? Let's see. Do you have a Mayhers? I don't have an account with them. No. I agree with Richie. They be holding them clears. Yeah. Honestly, Jenny, they really do. It's crazy. Let's see. I had a list of about 50 items that Brixie said my store had, only found 2. Right. Now, did you go to one Walmart, though? You got to go to 10. Can't rely on one Walmart. 107 likes. That's awesome. Congrats again, Richie. Logan, thank you so much. Appreciate everybody being here. Let's see. I found some 3-cent video games last night, and the Walmart employee would only let me buy 2 because he was going to buy the rest. Oh, man, I swear to God. Like, sometimes as resellers and hustlers, we get frustrated with everybody that, like Walmart employees that are buying it. But if you really think about it, right, they're creating their own hustle, right? A Walmart employee has the first leg up on their products. So when us as resellers are trying to get that product, we're trying to cut out the frontline man. It's frustrating, yes, but do I blame them? No, I don't blame them, you know? Flipping insane. Join the Hustleholics today. Jenny, I appreciate you joining. Hi from Harlington, Texas. First, and I gotta say, Texas is Texas. I don't know why I just said it like that, but I feel like when I hear Texas, I gotta say Texas. You know what I mean? Yeehaw! I gotta give it a yeehaw in Texas. First time I found you this morning, so glad I did. So where do I follow you for all your lives, your live hustles? So, I'll give you the breakdown. On Fridays, we do this every Friday. This is a chance for everybody to come on and ask me about Amazon, reselling. You could ask me the color of my wall every Friday night, 6 p.m. Saturday night, we do a little bit of a fun thing. Right now, we're opening up Pokemon boxes. We're doing booster boxes, Elite Trainer boxes. I got a ton of packs to open. We keep it fun. Pokemon's hot right now. That's what we do on Saturdays. And then Sunday is the mega. Sunday night, 6 p.m., we go out and we do lives in Walmart, Marshalls, Target, wherever we are. This Sunday, we're going back into Walmart to do a live hustle, 6 p.m., where I shop live and I show you what I'm looking for live so you can get an idea of what I'm getting live on television. We've been doing this for weeks and we'll continue to do that hustle. It's one of my favorites, and that's every Sunday night, 6 p.m. And then Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, I upload videos to the channel, so stay tuned for that as well. We finally got asked the question. Hold on, let me get to these first, because dinner, Mayhere is a Midwest store. Yeah, so I actually looked into it. They only ship to Midwest. They won't even ship to the East Coast. I did look into it, and that's why I don't have an account with them. Flipping account, they do it at the Ross all the time. The closest Ross to me is like 4 hours. Eleni, so somebody finally asked, because I said it twice, what is the color of the wall? What's the name? Is this Catalina Coast? Atlantic Shoreline.
The bathroom is Catalina.
The bath. Okay. So the name of the paint on my wall behind me is called Atlantic Coastline.
Atlantic Shoreline.
Atlantic Shoreline. Thanks. Atlantic Shoreline. And it's a Bear Ultra Home Depot exclusive. What's the best way to film when you're out in public? GoPro. So I used to use a GoPro, and the reason why I stopped using a GoPro is because the GoPro is great for stability, right? So stabilization, it doesn't shake, like it's really, really, really good. The problem is when I was trying to show what I was scanning on the phone, it wasn't focusing. It's blurry, because GoPro is an action camera. It doesn't have autofocus. So that's why I picked up the iPhone 12 Pro Max, because it does have the autofocus. It's great for streaming live video. Shout out to RG, gave me that idea. And but I noticed the iPhone doesn't have good stability, so sometimes it seems shaky. You know, what are you gonna do? I think the most important thing is you want to see the product. You know, you want to see what I'm buying. That's the most important thing when I'm showing you what I'm getting, as opposed to, you know, stability on a carriage and all this other stuff. So I used to use I still have a GoPro. All right, guys, check this out. We did an extra 10 minutes. Looking forward to seeing all the videos. in the live. You're 5 hours ahead. Okay. Yeah, literally. So, listen, I'm going to say this, and then I'm going to have to go because I'm starving. I am literally super hungry. But it's funny because one of the things my wife said, so I was at a Walmart tonight with my wife and kids, and she took a carriage and did her shopping, and I did my shopping and the clearance and all this stuff. And when we were walking in, she was looking at me as I took out the phone, and I just don't care anymore. I'm so numb to it. Nobody, like, when I'm filming in store, nobody exists to me. Like, I don't pay attention to anybody. And I got my phone. She was like, wow. She's like, I've never really seen you film yourself when you're in stores. And it's just funny to see everybody kind of looking at you, staring at you, like trying to figure out what you're doing. And me, I just do what I got to do. It's that IDGAF attitude. You know what I mean? You just got to do it because you're doing it for you. And I'm holding the phone like this, and I'm talking and all this other stuff. And everybody's looking, and I don't care. It is what it is. So, guys, 86 minutes we're going on. I appreciate each and every one of you. I got to cut it short here. If you have any more questions for me, feel free to DM me on my Instagram at Richie Hustles. I post some good content on there as well, on my stories and in my channel. Definitely like, share, subscribe. I appreciate everybody who joined up as a Hustleholics Club member and as a Hustleholics Premium member. I really appreciate that. You won't be sorry. I post every day on the community tab what I'm buying, so stay tuned for that. It's definitely a great value for what you're getting on a monthly basis. Thank you for being here. And thank you for just being here in this hustle. You know what I mean? Appreciate each and every one of you. I will see you tomorrow for the Pokemon, or I will see you Sunday, 6 p.m. on both. Love all of you. Stay hustling. Keep hustling. Peace out.